Okay, the date is January 7th, or January 23rd, 2026. The time is 11:01 a.m. HST, and let's get started with today's video. Okay. So what have I got going on? I haven't got too much going on, actually. Yeah, it's definitely one of those days where I have a little bit more going on than usual. I just wanted to say that a little bit. I just wanted to say that to, I guess, not draw too much attention to myself, but yeah, that I do have some stuff going on in game that, not gonna lie, kind of hurt me in a way, but I suppose it's okay because I have other things to worry about. As for what happened, I got kicked from a clan recently. I said something I don't normally say, and but apparently it was a lot of things that I was doing that I was unaware of that kind of led to the ban. And maybe it was just generally just being like a presence that they didn't really want with the increasingly cumbersome things that I had been doing in the clan. That at least the things that they found cumbersome, and yeah, it's kind of stuff like that. I don't really want to take it too personally because I do intend to, like, keep these whatever connections I've made from that place as much as I can. And yeah, I intend to at least like try to, like, I don't know, maintain like a safe distance from them, and like just try to understand what this whole situation and how the situation is kind of in turn in fact affecting me. Because there was a lot of memories that I made with this clan. I've been with this clan for probably a good 3 years, a solid 3 years. And yeah, it's certainly a lot of stuff that kind of led up to this point, and I don't really blame myself because I was just being myself, but to be specific, a little specific, to be a little more specific, what rubbed them the wrong way was my mentioning and praise of LLMs, of which is used to build AI, and is usually associated with AI products, and how they can be generally invasive to one's privacy. And many of them would opt out if they had wanted to, but instead I don't know. I don't really know how understand the logistics of a large language model, but yeah, it's certainly stuff like that. that kind of got them feeling a little bothered by whatever I was trying to do, whatever conversation I was trying to stir up, and probably was a little bit of a distraction for what they had intended to be focused on as a clan. And believe me, like they've done this before. They've honestly done this before. I've seen it happen with longtime members of the clan, and them choosing to detach respective members who have those detached members from their group. And yeah, I guess I just proved too much of a challenge for them to moderate, which is kind of the fact here. And I think that's the overarching problem here, is that I was too big of a problem to handle. They didn't know what to do with me and just ejected me from the server, as well as the clan. And now I'm not trying to create any drama, but I will document this because, for my own purposes, because you know this is what the format is. This is my formatting of a video journal. So yeah, so it's kind of what it is right now. Just pretty much just recounting the things that I did yesterday, and yeah. Definitely is a bit of a definitely becomes a bit of an issue when I act on many of these intentions, these thoughts that I have. But I feel a little more level-headed now that I'm gone from that server. Feels like something that I had actually been planning, not withstanding the amount of time I'd spent in there, just getting to know these people and getting to understand them as well. But for a group of folks that don't usually like, I don't know, to a bunch of fellas, friends, or members, whatever, people, to them they just seem I don't know, a little overwhelmed by just my presence and my activity. And albeit it was a little depressing waking up to that message. I can't really blame them for monitoring the server like they do, because ultimately I didn't really make any connections with anyone but any of the leadership. And I don't know how I may have I don't know how I may have wronged the leadership in any way, but it is a little sad knowing that we tend to moderate our words and thoughts so heavily. That is of a strong opinion that will probably get a lot of disagreement from these respective members. And Maybe these people were too vulnerable of a people to consider perhaps my presence just being there and my activity. And sure, you can say that I'm not really taking it that well, but I don't know, it was kind of my home for a bit. And I'm not really stirring up any particular negative feelings, but it does hurt a little bit. This leads me to recount my actions upon I'm not sure. But one kind of stumbling block that I'm attempting to grapple is the presence of these thoughts and these messages entering our thoughts and our discernment of such thoughts. The process of determining whether or not our actions made online are of any correlation or of any reflection of reality. Again, if our thoughts are of any correlation or relation to our reality. I don't know. It's tough to say because at the moment I'm still grappling over what could have gone over the heads of the administration or the admin team or on the Discord server. Wonder what conversations led them to banning me and removing me from the server. Whether or not I was that big of a problem. Because they hadn't warned me a lot. And this came to me a bit of as a shock because I considered myself a little more self-moderating. Like, I adhered to the rules, I checked the rules very often, and I don't know if that's a wrong intention of having to check the rules. If I had to check the rules that often, then maybe I really didn't have a place in that server. But they let me roam free for a little too long, and maybe a little control was what they had what they had strived for. And regarding my case, I think whatever privacy concerns that they may have, whatever they may be doing, maybe now up to question, because I don't actually know what they're doing, why they're so concerned with their privacy. What was it? What could it have been that they were doing that spurred such an interest in protecting their data? What of it? I want to know. And I'm not making any accusatory statements, but Honestly, just is confrontation really that cumbersome for them? When arriving at an intersection on a red light, do you stop before you go? Do you stop or do you go without stopping? Nothing. It'll definitely take a little bit of adjusting for me to answer that question properly in a way that I wanted to, but just wanted to start off by saying that, I suppose. Just give some food for thought. That's a little bit overwhelmed, they probably felt, with all the transparency they had been providing to me. Their behavior, their attitudes, their tendencies. Their word choice. Vernacular. Rhetoric. I'm not sure what led them to take this aggressive posture, but to allow me, to tolerate me for that long and just to leave me, kick me out at that particular time leads me to think that some escalation is necessary. So again, I don't know what was going on from within the admin messages in the admin team. The operation's quite large. And I am devoid of answers and left only with postulates, with guesses, I suppose. They're keeping me guessing. Regardless, they fear that they have something to hide, I feel. On the premise of following the rules, creating rules that are somewhat followable by many, but others just, God forbid. What a curse that must be. What a curse that must be. What a curse that must be. Alas, I think there would be a better picture drawn if I just consider the facts a little more carefully. It is Friday today. I do have some stuff going on. And I need to find my own way out of this mess and find my own closure, my own peace from the situation. And just move forward. Just need to move forward. But I can't help but to feel that there may be some implicit bias at play. can't help but feel that. And it's not something I feel from my immediate community in real life. Something I felt exclusively virtually. It's a phenomenon that I'm not really particularly informed on, but because I didn't get the degree, I didn't do the studies, I didn't undergo the studies. I mean, I didn't research the studies, I underwent the studies. Perhaps they are the ones who are trying to detach. The detachment issue remains at its core kind of the point. It has the point here to just let me go. And if anything, I feel liberated. Feels absolutely liberating to be free from whatever consumption and production has been made. Via the server that I was part of for so long. Via the network that I consider myself a part of, a member of, for so long. It's a matter of I believe it's a matter of kind of like sticking to the narrative or something. It was a queer clan. It was, I will not reveal the name of his said clan, but met many members who've faced similar problems and were similarly ejected from the server themselves. So the issue remains as some form of questioning authority. When authority does, I don't know. Who could be the ones out of touch? Who could be the ones in touch? And who are the ones really pulling the strings here? I don't know. It just may be me being played into their hands and stuff. Playing into their hands or not. Regardless, I was feeling increasingly tired. Increasingly tired of their activity and how synchronous it felt. And it felt strange at times. Other times it felt euphoric. But I suppose with the aspect of security must also consider the fact that these people may also be hiding something dangerous. I could have been in danger. And I would have never known. Me, after consenting to my rights to privacy and their strict moderation methods. I don't know. I don't know who's in the wrong here anymore. I threw some incendiary comments at them. They're not going to receive it well if they ever hear this message. But again, I'm just ruminating at this point. Skill of the week runecraft is no longer in effect. I ended at 15th place. And yeah. I'll still protect these people wherever I can. Try to reach out whenever it is pertinent. And again, probably try to distance myself from them a little bit more while trying to understand the role that I played in my activity in the server. So but I had grown increasingly problematic for them, so apparently that was just time for me to be kicked. Which is absolutely okay. I'm not gonna go off too hard on them. I hopefully did not shed any bad feelings onto them, any misnomers that I may have said. I apologize if I had said any. If I have been being unclear, then I apologize. I apologize for disagreeing with the use of AI on the account of using large language models, to which many people already disagree. But I fervently kind of am in favor of expanding AI in this use case. So things are a little bit torn here. I'm a little broken feeling, and I'm a little hurt. Cause I am afraid that this is what they had planned this entire time. For me to experience such pain. And I didn't know it would come so soon. It's been quite a few years, and I didn't know it happened now of all times. But I feel like a great weight has been lifted from me, and definitely feel a lot better, considering the lack of meaningful connections that I had made there, apart from maybe some members of admin team and some others, but I had learned that I had just been making people feel uncomfortable. Perhaps an account due to a lack of other voices being heard and minority voices kind of being silenced. Regardless, I had been making them feel a little uncomfortable, and maybe it's up to them to solve their own problems and moderate themselves. However, I have a lot of questions, and they'll probably remain unanswered. And so, with that in mind, let's get started with wrapping things up for the video and preparing to upload. I hope the time is 11:31 a.m. The date is Friday, January 23rd, 2026. I hope you all have a nice rest of your day. I'll Bye. Have a nice day.